Hello, this is Tracy Ensminger. I'm going to start out my ePortfolio presentation with my goals in education. I'm going to play this quick video here. My internet's pretty slow, so we'll see how this goes. So as you can, more goals that I would like to accomplish before I retire. And I think that was part of some of my other information that I had added. I will bring up my, sorry about that, I had to pause for a minute, my internet's very slow. That was my timeline on education. I'm going to jump next to my leadership philosophy. That's something that I have really been pretty proud of as I've gone through the courses and have kind of come to the realization of what type of leader I am. My leadership style is servant leadership and emotionally intelligent leader. And I don't disagree with that. I hope that that is something that my staff in the future will appreciate. I'm what I call intuitive. Here is a snippet of my leadership philosophy. And I have shared this with my principal, and he had some advice. So I will make some more changes on it, just kind of tweak it before I start sending out resumes and things of that nature looking for a job. But the assignments that I've taken in order to get to this leadership philosophy assessment, and those were really good assignments. I really enjoyed it. And here's my resume. I haven't been in education a long time, and I was given the advice many years ago that if you have things on your resume that are older than about 10 years old, it's probably good to go ahead and take them off since they're not real current. So this basically takes me up, probably through the last 10 years. If I can get this to expand, you can see I'm not as technologically advanced as I should be. There we go. And here it is finally. So takes me up through the last 10 years of my educational career. I think probably going as far back as when I was a para, perhaps, before I went back to college. So let's see. Yes. Because I have a lot of experience in education, just not necessarily in teaching. And that's been something that has helped me for sure. Next up on my artifact folder, I would like to talk about the PLO-CLO ePortfolio activities. So my activity log, I'm still working on. I just have to color code it. I'll try and bring it up here real quick. I'll admit this journey has been kind of a wild ride on occasions as I've tried to get my arms around some of the requirements and activities. So if I can get it to expand here, not that. There we go. Cancel. So I will color code that here this evening, but I had quite a few components, more than the required, but also there were some that I was not able to address, some of the components, but it's a lot of work. It's been a lot of work over the last year. And I will also take a look at my elementary slides. Because my area of expertise will be elementary principal. So here are my elementary slides, and like I said, since my area of expertise is going to be elementary principal, I didn't mean to open that. I started with the standard one, vision and mission improvement, and I put in a link to address the using data to guide the mission and vision. As we know, as leaders, data is an important tool in addressing goals for mission and vision. I did manage to, which I know we were required to, in my slides before elementary, and in fact I think I even had some extras on. So I'll just kind of quickly move through these. On a lot of my slides I put more than one link, just because I felt like they addressed the necessary components in a way that I wanted to speak to those components. So a lot of them have more than one link, but when I did my activity log, I just put in one of those links, except for the very last activity that I did, which was standard 7. And I think I maybe added all three of threw all three of the activities on there. But I believe that this had around 11 slides in all for my elementary slides. I'll just close this, and I would like to take a quick peek at my district slides, and I'm going to go ahead and click on it, see if I can get it to come up here. And there's the elementary. Here are my district slides, and with the district slides I just have 5 slides. My very first slide was that did the mission and vision statement for Chase County. They were in the process of rewriting it, so I had the opportunity to contribute my thoughts in a survey that they sent out for stakeholders, and I also kind of evaluated the mission myself, just based on what I know. I know we're a small community, so uh, I maybe would have approached it a little differently and put some different elements in it, but I don't think they're done with the final draft, so I'm not sure what the final mission will sound like. But it was an interesting opportunity, one that I really appreciated having been part of. The next artifact that I would like to share will be my secondary slides. And here are my secondary slides. Again, on the secondary slides with the mission and vision, I created a survey monkey for students to kind of out the school climate and see how our stakeholders there, our constituents, feel about our school climate. And in fact, I think that's one of the things I mentioned, I know it is, in my leadership philosophy, was that as a new principal, I would like to send out a survey to stakeholders, a climate survey and perhaps a culture survey for the staff to kind of get a feel for how other people see it. Of course, I would want the survey to be anonymous so people felt comfortable giving their true feelings, because that's what I would base some of my improvement plans off of, or my growth plans. And my secondary slides were just 7 slides, because that is not my area of expertise, but I am pretty proud of some of the stuff I did. My Prezi on equitable access was it was a really good one and very informative for supporting equity in school. But this is just a few of the elements of my secondary slides, and I will also bring up, I think, probably my my program reflection is something that I enjoyed doing. I took a while to do it. It's not very long, but I kept thinking and reflecting and going back and rewriting. But I think that's what we do. And it's interesting because when this course opened, I was at a loss. I was struggling for what was going on and under me. And even now, as I think I'm done, I'm still seeing things that I know that I did not get correct, unfortunately, and will probably have to make the choice. Some components, for example, I know that I did not get all of my components, and we'll just have to see how that proceeds. But all in all, it's been a good experience for me. I'm going to try and make this wide before I have to log off here, because my time is almost up with Screencast-O-Matic, and I would like just a snippet of my program reflection and then my activity log also, or my courses, my key points that were embedded in each activity that we did for our assignments, and some of the highlights of those as I've helped reflect. And I know that all of this repetition helps us prepare for the praxis, and I do appreciate that. I'm hoping this will pull up before my time is up. There we go. I'm going to scroll real quickly through in case you want to read it. Of course, you have access to it. Doc, you do anyway. And here is, oh, my internet is not good. I can find, it's leaving me in the conjecture stage. The analysis is there, and there's the program reflection of the courses that I've taken. And at this point, I'm going to bid you adieu, unless I need to read you. But I'll see if this will load. It's been a great journey. Appreciate all the help that I've gotten along the way. I hope to see some of you again, maybe in future classes.